All right, we're on solving inequalities. This is the last day of target 1B. And your objective is to be able to solve a single variable inequality. Some tips. Follow the same steps for solving equations here. So basically everything is the same with the exception of if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you're going to flip the sign. So let's start with a practice problem. We have negative 2/5 x plus 8 is less than 12. First, get the 8 away from the variable by subtracting it from both sides, like we did there, which leaves you with negative 2/5 x is less than 4. Next, multiply both sides by the denominator and get rid of the negative sign here because we have a negative 2/5. So we're going to use that negative sign on this step only. So we're going to multiply both sides by negative 5. All right, so that's going to cancel out all of this here, leaving you with just the 2x. So you'll have 2x is greater than negative 20 because remember I multiplied by a negative number, so I flipped the sign. Do not forget that. So you have 2x is greater than negative 20. You're going to divide both sides by the coefficient of 2. So you're going to have 2x is greater than negative 20. And there's a dividing by 2. So x is by itself, so the problem's complete, which gives us our answer of x is greater than negative 10. So let's try an example. We have negative 3/5 x plus 6 is greater than or equal to negative 6. So we're going to start off by subtracting 6 from both sides, which is going to give you negative 3/5 x is greater than negative 12 because the negative 6 and a negative 6 is a negative 12. Be careful of the signs. We're going to multiply both sides by negative 5. So what does that mean? That means our sign is going to flip. And we have a positive 3x is less than or equal to 60. Divide both sides by 3. And you'll get x is less than or equal to 20. Next practice problem. So we have 16 is less than or equal to 4 minus 3x. So always start by moving the constant away from the variable by adding or subtracting. So that means we're going to subtract 4 from both sides, which is going to give us 12 is less than or equal to negative 3x. Since x is being multiplied by negative 3, we're going to divide both sides by negative 3. And since we're dividing by a negative, we flip the sign. Okay, which gives you x all by itself. So you can either leave it like this, negative 4 is greater than or equal to x, or if you want to flip it and you're insistent on having that x on the side that you're used to, just remember that not only do you switch the number in the variable, but you have to flip the sign because here x is less than negative 4, so you've got to keep that throughout. So I have this worked example here. So we have 22 is greater than negative 12 minus 2x. I added 12 to both sides because I have a negative 12, so I added 12, which is going to give me 34 is less or is greater than negative 2x. Divide by negative 2, and this should actually be 17. Sorry. So that should be 17 is less. I'm just going to. So it should be negative 17 is less than x. Or if you want to rewrite it, we're going to flip the negative 17 in the x and then flip the sign. Either one of those are acceptable. Finally, some tips. Solve just like you do for equations. Know when the sign flips and when it does not. That's basically it. So, and if you're rewriting your answer and it's confusing to you, then just leave it the way it is in the original problem. So like if I went back to here, leave this as your answer and that's fine. All right. Well, that's it. I kept it short like I promised, so have a good one.